You try to retrace your steps slowly. You move with caution, tripling your efforts not to be followed. You hide in the shadows, ready to act at the first sign of danger. The night, now, is silent, but you know deep down that danger is always lurking, and that eyes fixed on you could show themselves at any moment. The deadly clash just behind you, and won by you, has left a precious clue, a coded note that will lead you straight to your next destination. Finding a brothel with the scraps of information you have isn't difficult. It must be near the Great Square. Your assailant was waiting for you there. Many houses of pleasure overlook the ports, where clientele thickens, where sailors come ashore with full pockets and a long night to fill. Your path carries you along the river that slices the city in two. The water runs black, stippled with the faint gleam of waves glittering under the waxing moon. No ships are moving. Tonight the sailors aren't working, though you'd wager some prefer a woman's company to sleep. Continuing down the wharf, you spot a modest place, half hidden among warehouses and coils of rope. Though it's late, a shifting, muted light seeps from every window. You recognize it. This is the place you're looking for. You approach the door. It's dark, sturdy, shod with iron and nails. You knock twice. You wait a long while, until a peephole snaps open and a sullen eye sizes you up without a word. You, too, say nothing, as you extend the prostitute's chit, trying to make the gesture look at ease. The eye keeps staring. It doesn't seem intent on opening, but it doesn't look hostile either. You draw 2 gold coins from your satchel and show them. After an instant's hesitation, the peephole shuts with a hard click. You wait a few moments that feel like hours. The door grinds open with a heavy groan. Beyond it, you can make out a staircase dropping into a hazy room below. Yellow and green lamps throw a dim glaze across the hall. Incense and pipe smoke saturate the air. Chairs, tables, and divans cradle guests and ladies tangled in games and whispers. In one corner, a well-dressed woman plucks an harp, distilling a honeyed melody. On the far side, a long counter where patrons steady themselves with the house's liquors and brews. At a naive first glance, it could pass for any other place, perhaps only a touch more unabashed in its manners. But you notice openings onto corridors and rooms too dark to guess their purpose, likely spaces reserved for other, more discreet entertainments. Moving as if you belong, you take a seat at the bar and let a coin slide toward the barkeep. "I'm after a drink and a bit of company," you say. The man doesn't answer. He studies you for a moment, then trades a look with his mate. He reaches for a bottle and pours into your glass a thick, dark liquor with a pungent aroma. "On the house," he says. You take the glass. The moment it touches your throat, it sears like a lick of flame. While the dense liquid crawls down your gullet, your stomach feels assailed by hellfire. The barkeep watches in silence, as if waiting for a reaction. "Strangers aren't used to our spirits," he remarks. "If you want something lighter, I can pull the apple cider our boys drink. GrimStone's liquors aren't for everyone." He leans in and whispers, just loud enough for others to hear, "Neither are our women." He quirks a little smirk. Maybe he's mocking you. Maybe strangers aren't welcome here. Or maybe he's testing you. I'm ruffled. You pretend the burn doesn't exist and toss it back as if it was spring water. Then you look up, contemptuous. "I'm looking for company for the night, a passionate woman, and preferably not as bland as the liquor you just poured me." For a beat, the room falls quiet. Then snickers spark here and there. The barkeep pastes on a nervous smile and darts looks around. You've earned a little respect, but you doubt it's enough to win the place's trust. "Here the women choose the men, stranger," he shoots back with a grin that betrays a half-victory. "And tonight I don't see a one interested in you." His grin dies in a flash of surprise. As you weigh your next move and study the dark residue in your glass, a subtle change ripples through the hall. The murmur bends, the air tightens, You turn. A woman is advancing slowly, yet with sure step. Every eye is on her. Beauty and poise pour off her like silk. Attention clings to her. Inevitable. Now you're certain. She's looking at you. She comes close enough to brush you. A lively shiver runs down your spine. A light touch skims your shoulder. Her mouth nears your ear. Bold words, she murmurs, voice like honey. But words are only words. Show me how much you want me. Your blood boils. Without thinking, you answer, I'm ready for anything. Anything. Absolutely. She smiles and turns her gaze to the room. Suddenly the place stirs. People arrange themselves in a semicircle around a large table bright with candlelight. 2 daggers and a pair of dice appear on the tabletop. Before you can fully grasp it, 2 burly men seize you and haul you to the table. Opposite you, at the far end, stands another man, clearly your opponent. You take a good look, not the most trustworthy type. Red hair, bristling beard, a sneer for a stare. He's dressed like a sailor, white shirt, leather jerkin. Scars mark his forearms. The rules are simple, proclaims a voice from the crowd, the night's impromptu arbiter. High roll wins the woman, the loser loses his right hand. Refuse to roll, you lose both hands. With each line the crowd erupts, as if for a village fair or back alley circus. You think, too late to back out now. Your taste for adventure has gotten the better of you, you tell yourself. And now you'll pay the bill. Fortunately for you, you're no stranger to such games. You played them often as a boy and learned dozens. First you study your opponent. He looks practiced. He took a seat with ease, so he's played often and still has both hands. You suspect luck isn't the only thing that matters here. There has to be a trick. You examine the table from every angle. No marks, no hidden mechanism you can spot. You lift your gaze to the onlookers. It's not uncommon for these games to allow a helping hand from the crowd. No one openly arouses suspicion, yet you know you have to watch them all. You run through every trick you know, every game that needs a little help beyond fortune to win. Finding nothing amiss in the table or the spectators, you conclude the secret must lie in the dice themselves. The man continues rattling off the rest of the rules. Highest wins, 3 always losers, now play. Play, echoes the crowd. The picture snaps into focus. 1 die must be rigged. The loaded die always shows a 3, the other die is fair. The winning player keeps the clean die, safely beyond any accusation of cheating. A simple slight, but deadly against a naive opponent. The trick is revealed, knowing it is not enough. You consider your options. You could ask to have the dice examined, but the crowd might be complicit and shut you down. You need another angle. An idea flares, audacious, and you'll have to move fast, very fast. Gathering your focus, you ready yourself to act. Before you sit, you ask, can you swear the dice are identical? I swear it, the other replies, sure of himself. Then let's start, you say. I'm feeling lucky. So am I, he sneers. Everything is set. If the trick is what you think, he'll move quickly, and you must be quicker still. Your focus is absolute. You have only an instant. Without taking your eyes off the table, you wait for his hands to shoot toward one of the dice. After a stretch that feels endless, he sits. His hand flashes toward a die, but you're faster. With a swift move, you drop into your seat and snatch the die from under his fingers. He stares, eyes wide, and blanch. Give it back, he snaps. That one's my die. Your die, you counter. I took it first, and since you swore the dice are identical, I see no reason to return it. He's so pale now he looks about to faint. He glances around, nervous, as if seeking a way out, or an ally that doesn't come. Play! The room roars, pounding fists on tables. You roll a 1. Bad luck, someone croaks. The woman watches from afar, her eyes on you, no emotion on her face. She is motionless, impassive. You'd have preferred a higher number, something to steady you if your theory were wrong. Now you must trust your intuition.